Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Black here with Justin Ferguson. As always, we're here with the Ledger-Enquirer. We're not quite 2 hours before kickoff of today's game between number 5 Auburn and South Carolina, who's not ranked anymore. But we'll go in and kind of jump into it like always. Justin, first off, what are you looking for out of today's game from either side?
I'm looking to see how Auburn's offense comes out of the bye week, see if they can figure out some of those issues that have made them not necessarily a bad offense, but nowhere near what they have had, toward the end of last season. Can they get the rushing yards? This is South Carolina defense that has struggled against the run. They gave up close to 6 yards a carry against Furman last weekend, so that's got to be a big bonus for Auburn. So it'll be interesting to see how they can sort out those problems that they've had.
Well, and you're talking to some people from South Carolina during the week. They're supposed to have JT Surratt, supposed to be fine. He's one of their key defensive linemen, and also Jonathan Walton, another starter. They were questionable coming out of last week's game. However, still talking to them, they're like, even if they hadn't played, South Carolina's had such problems stopping the run all season that they're like, it's going to be a challenge either way. And I think the biggest key in this regard, they've struggled against the run, but if you look at their schedule, no one South Carolina has played has a quarterback that can run like they want. I guess you could say Kenny Hill could, but of course in that
Kenny Hill,
he didn't have to.
Yeah, he threw for over 500 yards, and then that's another thing about this South Carolina defense is they've tightened up against the pass since giving up so many yards, but I think it's because teams are content with just running the ball against the Gamecocks.
Well, and I know I'm trying to remember. It's like I said, I think if South Carolina is somehow able to hold Auburn right to around 200 yards, that would be an accomplishment. Like I said, last week you got 211 to Furman. If Auburn doesn't at least reach that, there's one of two things. Either Auburn struggled a ton, or they just got the passing attack so much in rhythm. They're like, let's just keep going to it.
And with the continuity on the offensive line, Pat Miller's going to be back. It'll be interesting to see. It sounds like Auburn's going to keep the same starting five they had, but having Pat Miller in there a little bit more consistent, Braden Smith playing, just some depth behind that offensive line. Auburn should be able to control that line of scrimmage, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defense could be another question. It's going to be interesting.
Well, again, and I think South Carolina's offense is talented enough. I don't expect Auburn to come in here and pitch a shutout by any stretch. Now, we'll say, I think the line's a little too big. So I know it's been close to, it started around 2 touchdowns. It's got up to at least 19 the last time I saw it. Do you agree with that at all?
I have this game actually looking a lot like the Arkansas game.
Okay.
Tight game early on. Maybe one team pops out, but South Carolina's defense has given up a large majority of its points in the second half this year, and South Carolina's offense has shown a tendency to start to slow down after halftime. Auburn's a really good defensive team coming out of the break, and I see this one. It'll be interesting. I want to hear what you have for your score prediction because I think we're going to be pretty off on it.
Really? Well, hey, we were way off on the Mississippi State.
Yeah, absolutely.
Needless to say.
Yeah.
So we haven't. But that's really the first time this year we were way off. I know that we both picked Auburn, but we expected it to be close either way, and that just didn't end up happening. I actually have this probably a lot closer than everyone thinks. Yeah. My score prediction is I have Auburn 38, South Carolina 31.
Wow.
But I was saying, I think that's going to be a 31 that South Carolina gets like a last minute field goal, and then they have to try to take an onside kick that Auburn's going to recover. I just don't see Auburn blowing South Carolina out because I think people are just not giving Steve Spurrier enough credit. You're talking about the second winningest coach in the history of the SEC, and they're expecting Auburn to just totally roll over, which I just don't think is going to happen. I really don't.
It's going to. The main thing is going to be how Auburn rush offense does. I think they're going to be able to get a ton of yards, and I think they're going to put up points. I see Auburn's offense starting to figure things out a little bit more and have a big day. The defense, I think South Carolina's going to get their points, they're going to get their yards, but it's not going to be enough. I think Auburn shuts them down fairly well in the second half. 48-24 Auburn. Auburn doubles up South Carolina. I have it big.
Okay, well, like I said, I guess I'm the one who's a little bit going against the grain in a way, but again,
absolutely. Most people are predicting this to be a 2-touchdown game at least. So yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, except for the Texas A&M game, every game South Carolina's played this year, he's against somewhat level competition has been very close. So that's why I'm just expecting a game.
Auburn at home against a poor rush defense and a defense that does well making adjustments. Ellis Johnson, guy who knows South Carolina. I could be wrong, but I think Auburn rolls in this one. Second half, they really pull away from South Carolina.
Well, we'll see who's a lot closer. And probably in the package it'll be somewhere in the middle.
It'll
be like a 17-point game or something like that. But well, as always, please check back with us. Not just after the game, but also before and during it. And he's at
Ferguson AU on Twitter.
and I'm at Wolverine Extra. Thanks so much.